It's been a month since the iPhone 13 Pro launched, and with all the buzz and fuss and everything being over, let's just think about one simple thing. Was going Pro worth it? Because I picked up the iPhone 13 Pro over the regular iPhone 13 because I sincerely believe that it was a better deal when it came to money and value for your money and the features you were getting than the iPhone 13. But was I right? Yeah, let's find out. But before we do, make sure to press the like button if you're gonna get some value from this video. Smash that subscribe button if you wanna see content like that and much more. And now let's answer the question, was going Pro with the iPhone 13 Pro really worth it? And without wasting any unnecessary time, I'm gonna say absolutely it was. I mean, if you are already spending quite a bit of cash, like I'm not living in the United States, so that's the perspective for you. And here, Apple products are more expensive. So if I'm already paying a lot of money for the iPhone 13, why not pay extra 15 or 20% and get the Pro model? And I mean, what do you really get for that money? Because I thought before getting iPhone 13 Pro that yeah, you have ProRAW, ProRes, you have more RAM, 120 Hz, well, all nice to have features, but not necessarily. But here's the thing, for some people like myself, content creators or whatever, these features are really gonna be worth it. Because I thought like, hey, 120 Hz, very nice, it looks great. I mean, it looks great, but like, 60 Hz, people have been fine with that on iPhone 12 Pro, on iPhone 12, 11, 11 Pro, etc, etc. So how good of 120 Hz can be? Well, actually, it can be pretty great. I mean, I've had 120 Hz on my iPad Pro, but somehow the promotion display feels even better on the iPhone 13 Pro, even smoother than on the iPad Pro. And the difference for me in smoothness and overall fun of the experience of 120 Hz is great and fantastic, and for that alone it was worth. But on top of that, the extra camera features, because if you actually think about the previous model, 12 Pro versus 12, there were very few differences. The cameras were pretty much identical except the fact that 12 Pro had ProRAW and Tlephoto. But here, like, you have a bit better main lens, you have that Tlephoto, you have ProRes, you have ProRAW. On top of that, there are some nice camera improvements, and sure, the iPhone 13 has a great camera, it has the sensor from 12 Pro Max, but the iPhone 13 Pro has even better camera, and that ProRAW, let me tell you, if you're into photography and if you wanna play with your photos, like, this ProRAW is super underrated. I felt like I would never really use this. Styles were great, I love them, but like ProRAW, I said, whatever, maybe not necessarily. But it turned out I love that feature, and when it comes to the photography, it allows you to capture a better photos that you can edit, and then there is more variety to that editing. So it's overall a great experience. And that telephoto camera, again, pretty useful. Other camera features like night mode, portrait photos, well, not necessarily, I'm not really using that, but that telephoto, that ProRAW, like, it's a very useful features that you have on your iPhone. LiDAR, again, I think is useless. But what is definitely not useless is the amount of memory that you have here. 6 GB of RAM versus 4, and that allows you for a way greater multitasking. And if you're a heavy user, if you're constantly switching between your apps, you're definitely gonna see the difference. I mean, I know as a matter of fact that if I had just 4 GB of RAM, my phone would be reloading some things. And with that Pro, it just saves you so much time, effort, energy and anger when you're finally coming back to your app and it's not closing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, because on 4 GB, if you open 20 apps, they are gonna close eventually. On this phone, it's a very hard thing to do. They usually stay in the memory, and like the performance and multitasking is fantastic on this phone, a bit better than you have on a regular 13 because you have more RAM. So if you push for that more apps, for heavy multitasking, you're definitely gonna see the difference and definitely gonna appreciate the iPhone 13 Pro. Other things like, boosted A15 with 5th GPU core, well, I really didn't see a difference, and I don't think you will. iPhones are so blazing fast that it's not gonna make much of a difference unless you are doing some heavy editing on your phone or maybe some heavy gaming, but I don't think there is a game on an app store to actually push iPhone 13 to its limits. So maybe not necessarily, but if you are doing some form of editing, which I don't really know why you would be, since it's a small screen, so it's not as comfortable. But if you are, definitely probably gonna see the difference. But other than that, that extra power is not being utilized at the present moment. But definitely the camera features, the overall feel of the promotion, as well as that RAM and Apple ProRAW, these things are definitely worth the money. And when it comes to the build quality, let me tell you, the phone is heavier, but it feels more premium. And was it really worth the price? Well, I actually believe in psychology. I study psychology. So I believe that if you're using the Pro phone, it kind of, sets your mindset for better things. Oh, I'm Pro, I'm using a Pro phone. It makes you feel better. I mean, at least it makes me feel better. So for me, that is definitely a nice, little trick that I'm using, and definitely appreciating the better build quality, the stainless steel, you talk to yourself, oh, I have a stainless steel phone, like a little kid that's excited. But yeah, that's probably who I really am. I am a little kid that's excited by having the Pro model, and that allows me to feel a little bit better when using my phone. So that is definitely, I'm appreciating to better build quality. But other than that, you gotta ask yourself, 3 core features. Better camera system. Are you really gonna take advantage of that, since iPhone 13 has already tremendous cameras? Are you gonna use telephoto camera? Well, I'm actually using. I thought I wouldn't, and I'm using. Same with ProRAW. These cameras are so fantastic that you just want to take the random pictures, which I'm gonna show you also in this video, or maybe I have already shown. But if you are using these cameras, like, you wanna take more pictures. So it's tricky if you think about it, that you're not gonna use certain features, but then when you are getting the phone, you definitely wanna use them. So like, same with the telephoto, same with ProRAW. More useful than they seem. ProRes, I don't really care. I don't think most people are gonna use. Cinematic video, well, if you can actually see, this is already being recorded with that iPhone cinematic mode, but you still have that on iPhone 13. So again, you're not losing that much. But that telephoto camera, that ProRAW, these extra capabilities of the sensor, I really like them. I'm really pushing this since I'm a heavy user, and definitely useful for me. The extra battery life, it's just a little bit better than iPhone 13. So it wouldn't be like a core feature for me, but I'm definitely appreciating a great battery life on the iPhone 13 Pro. It lasts me the whole day, and I can finish with like 40 to 50%. I mean, the phone is absolutely tremendously efficient, and with my usage I can easily get 10 hours of screen on time. And seeing the fact that the display when it comes to playing videos is actually more efficient than my iPad Pro, like, this is just mind-blowing. And now again, if you are choosing 13 versus 13 Pro, you gotta ask yourself about the RAM. 4GB versus 6GB. Are you a heavy user? Are you using multiple apps at the same time? If so, 13 Pro definitely a way to go. You're gonna appreciate that RAM. And another thing, speed, because thanks to that promotion, iPhone 13 Pro just feels faster, feel better, that smoothness is better, the display is more efficient. How much of a big deal is that for you? Because I know some people literally don't care. So if you just want a beautiful, colorful display, then just go for the 13. But if you go to the store and you see that promotion and it just blows your mind just like it did mine, then you are not simply gonna walk away with the feeling that you are not gonna getting this phone. Because when I saw it for the first time, I was determined to get the 13. I said 60Hz was fine, but the moment I saw the promotion on the iPhone 13 Pro, it was like mind-blowing, and I said, damn you 13 Pro, damn you, I gotta pay more, but I gotta have you. So it's kinda a big feature for me, and I think that extra smoothness, once you see that, it's a game changer. Build quality, individual differences, depends what you like. You may not necessarily like the extra weight, so you gotta see that for yourself. I didn't at first, but then after some time I got used to the phone. I really like that, don't mind it at all. So yeah, these are basically main points when it comes to going Pro or not. For me, it was totally worth. The full experience what Apple has to offer is in the iPhone 13 Pro, and I think it's definitely worth paying some extra to get that features, to know that the phone you are getting is the best of the best, and you can really enjoy the hell out of this device. Not saying that with the 13 it's not the case, it absolutely is, but that Pro, that extra is actually something extra. And if this video was somewhat extra, make sure to press the extra like button, and hopefully smash that subscribe button if you want to see content like that. And until next time.